Dear brother Saatul Hassan, member of the board of ICYF ERC and CEO of the Youth Advocacy Network, ICYF ERC board members, dear participants of the International of Religious Affairs and Interfaith Harmony and Youth Advocacy Network of Pakistan, our partners in organizing this important conference. Personally, His Excellency Mr. Pir Nurul Haq Qadri, Federal Minister of Religious Affairs and Interfaith Harmony of Pakistan, for his personal devotion to the cause and kind support for our gathering here today. In recent years, the world has witnessed new waves of violent extremism that have taken the lives of many innocent people and brought instability to the different societies and geographies. Since the beginning of the 21st century, there has been acute increase in the scale of violent extremism, which is an unassailable threat to tolerant and inclusive society. Therefore, it's pertinent to table the issue from various aspects, including the idea of meaningfully engaging young women and girls in combating violent extremism. Bringing together around 100 young women leaders, this seminar intends to discuss and better understand the potential of engaging women in countering violent extremism, with the aim of ensuring the relevant inclusivity in law enforcement and practical actions on preventing and countering violent extremism. Youth, including young women and girls, are an important segment of each society. Youth are the less politicized part of the society. Thus, youth activities bringing together young people from different geographies and cultures are very important to achieve a better dialogue and coexistence in future, which of course is only for the benefit of the humanity. We all share a sense of urgency brought by global incidents that tear apart from communities who have coexisted for centuries in peace and harmony. The Organization of Islamic Cooperation, which is the collective voice of Ummah, is already 50 years old, and the 50th Golden Jubilee celebrations are still going on. Also, the Islamic Cooperation Youth Forum, which is the important institution in the OIC family, being the only pure youth institution acting in the youth field for youth, is already 15 years old. According to the decision of the board of ICYF ERC, the 15th anniversary celebrations of the ICYF will be held in different countries of our mandated geography, including brotherly Pakistan, will be in the next 6 months of 2020. As it was mentioned, Pakistan is one of the 9 OIC countries being in the area of work of the Eurasian Regional Center of ICYF. In the last 1 year, Pakistani youth was represented in all international activities of the Eurasian Regional Center of ICYF. In total, we fully covered, including flight and hotel accommodation, local hospitality, of more than 20 Pakistani youth in 1 year. This is the highest percentage for us among the all other OIC countries. This is one of the first activities of ICYF in Pakistan and personally my first visit. I do hope that our cooperation with different agencies and youth organizations of Pakistan, in particular with the Ministry of Religious Affairs and Interfaith Harmony, will develop more for the benefit of youth, in particular Pakistani youth. Taking this opportunity, I wish you and all of us a successful event and express my heartfelt and fraternal regards. Thank you very much.
I would now like to call His Excellency Mr. Pir Nurul Haq Qadri, Federal Minister of Religious Affairs. By all accounts,
نحمده ونصلي ونسلم على رسوله الكريم أما الرحيم وتعاون صدق الله العظيم اللهم عبدك ورسولك ونبيك وحبيبك الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه وبارك وسلم. ERC, respected Dr. Fazila, Senior Advisor to the organization, Mr. Fasahatul Hassan, CEO Youth Advocacy Network, and board member of the organization, Excellencies, respected delegates, ladies and gentlemen, and youth from all over Pakistan, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It is with great pleasure to welcome you all, particularly the respected delegates from Eurasian Regional Center of Islamic Cooperation Youth Forum. I am sure you will enjoy your stay in hospitality here in Islamabad and all over the Pakistan. Honorable Prime Minister of Pakistan, Mr. Imran Khan, and as the part of government myself, personally, we support all initiatives such this conference, which is promote the positive image of Pakistan internationally in the world. Hopefully you will enjoy and you will discuss with meaningful way and fruitful way today and tomorrow. Actually, in the near past, we all have witnessed the wave of violence extremism has been on rise, which is posing threats to tolerant and inclusive Muslim world. We have challenges and we have solutions, and besides some others people outside of the Muslim world, they pinpoint this issue and the solution. We should think inside the Muslim societies to what is the challenges and what are the solutions. The purpose of bringing you all here is to share collective voice of the Muslim Ummah to develop narrative on meaningfully engaging young women and girls in countering violent extremism. Therefore, I believe it is important to engage all stakeholders to table and discuss the idea of engaging youth from Muslim world. The speakers in the program are in the position to debate on these issues and highlights the key themes, trends, and current practices. I hope this event will provide all of us the opportunity to acquire new knowledge, build our network, and exchange ideas about issues relevant to violent extremism. We are grateful to ICYF ERC and Youth Advocacy Network for taking the and of course led by Mr. Fasatul Hassan to lead the organization, an important conference, and to all guests of committing to the cause of participating in it. I am grateful on behalf of Government of Pakistan and especially Ministry of Religious Affairs and Interfaith Harmony. And when my brother Mr. Fasahat and Mr. Rehan had meeting with me, I assured them that Pakistan is a country, is a nation. We are in our national organization as committed, and we can work on the agenda with you. We can go through legislation, through policies, and through implementation of these legislation and policies. We can get our goals through media, through religious scholars, through our civil society, through our parliamentarians and parliamentary system, and we are able, and this is doable, to involve 120 million young Pakistani population on this agenda and for this noble cause. Thank you all.
Issues like violence, and especially the violent extremism. The youth must be knowing what is violence, what is extremism. Because whenever you talk about radicalization, you must know that in Urdu we say Bunyad Islam is propagated. So now talking about the modern day, the PTI has so many interventions, so many policy dialogues onto it. And since the
who put all their efforts to make this conference possible. Such as this provide a valuable opportunity for all the stakeholders to share their work, sustainable development goals, and in the framework of OIC Youth Strategy, which ensures that
I'd like now and shares with us today.
Rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good morning, everybody. Excellency, Ms. Shireen Mazari, the Federal Minister Fasahat Al-Hassan, the CEO Youth and Advocacy Network and the board member of ICYF ERC. Excellencies, distinguished young delegates, ladies and gentlemen, express my profound thanks and appreciation for your excellencies, the ministers, the special guests, and special aware. The OIC recognized the centrality of the peace and stability as essential. Violent extremism, radicalization, Islamophobia, and like adversely affect the prospects of any meaningful and sustainable progress. The OIC also recognizes the critical role of women in process of prevention and resolution of conflicts, as understood by the UN Security Council Resolution 1325/2000 on women, peace and security, and the recommendation to adopt further measures necessary for women to play a more active role in this domain, as stated in the 7th Ministerial Conference in Burkina Faso in 2018. In October 2018, studies on countering extremism were presented to 23 sessions of the Fiqh Academy Council. OIC institutions continue to address this complex challenge, however, using different angles, perspectives, and approaches. And this is one of those conferences. Excellencies and dear participants, ICYF, the international institution affiliated to the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, is in a status to represent and also serve 500 million youth in the OIC geography and beyond. One of such mandates, or our mandate, was for ICYF to deal with all those challenges youth are facing. ICYF and CISRIC together conducted a landmark socio-scientific research entitled The State of Youth Report, which is the first ever document conceptualizing the state of 500 million Muslim youth. The document was released in September 2017 as substantial framework for effective understanding of the problems, obstacles, and challenges currently encountering youth in OIC geography. One of those major challenges is violence and extremism. These especially concerning for the ICYF particularly, it represents the voice of youth in the OIC region. Excellencies and these participants, there is currently many research and policy gaps alongside lacking of intellectual and institutional coherence, especially with regards to understanding of and responding to the diverse roles that women can play against mitigating violent extremism and the gendered narratives of extremists. There are also multiple approaches to curb and systematically prevent violent extremism, which with different emphasis on the extent to which women are engaged, gender identities are considered, and gender inequalities are addressed. The best about this special event is that it's bringing together different stakeholders, including researchers, policymakers who are committed to countering violent extremism and to develop shared perspective, status of the issue of the role of young women and girls in countering violent extremism. The question is, what should we do? What future steps should we be taking? And what are the necessary policy measures? From a gender perspective, women radicalization and involvement in violent extremism groups remain relatively underestimated, as there is a still general view that terrorism is almost exclusively male and only concerns men. The role of women in countering radicalization is more widely acknowledged globally, although the focus tends to be confined to women. As highlighted by many practitioners, the role of women in prevention goes beyond close family circles, extending to other capacities such as policy shapers, educators, counselors, religious leaders, community members, activists, and even social media influencers. Women empowerment, whether through legal, financial, or social, cultural means, thus become essential for tackling the root causes of extremism and defeating radicalization. And although the women gender empowerment aspects has not been systematically or fully applied to security strategies, several experts advise the adoption of gendered approach to encounter radicalization policies. On the other hand, the Women's Rights Committee of the Union for Mediterranean Radicalization and Countering Radicalizations follow the same line of thinking. They believe that women represent the first line of protection in the prevention of extremism. Some of its parliamentarians have suggested that motherhood and the role of women, young and older women, as educators may confer on them a special power in the fight against terrorism and extremism. Before conducting, however, let me stress that we need to take up the challenges of our communities and societies, and shifting towards developing atmospheres which encourage empowering of young women and girls within the setting of families and communities, giving them the best education, training, and opportunities. This will be crucial to enhance civic engagement and contribution to development, while further preventing radicalization, violence. Indeed, educated and skilled women and girls are more resilient and can interact more freely and with more responsibility with their communities. Women empowerment, be it through legal, financial, educational, cultural means, tends to increase and enhance the quality of their participation towards much more active role in sustainable development and accordingly in countering violent extremism. I truly believe that the progress of our OIC geography and its bright future is only possible when the talents of youth, minds, and dreams are welcomed, recognized, and supported. And this, we believe, this is the one of the most preventive methods for encountering all societal falloffs or all crises, for standing against and protection generations from any new arising forms of radicalization and violent extremism. I thank you again one more time for your attention. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.